All right, so let's talk some Dan Campbell. I loved what he did against the Rams. And listen, I've kind of been into camp, if you listen to the podcast, of I think people are sort of crowning Dan Campbell a bit too soon. Like, I've kind of felt like, okay, I don't really know exactly what he's done other than, be very likable in press conferences. But then he went out and did something I've been waiting for a coach to do. I think it's really smart, which is when you know you're the underdog, take chances. You want there to be a higher percentage of the game coming down to luck than coming down to skill, because let's be honest, if this game comes down to skill against the Rams and the Lions, the Rams are going to win basically every time. And I made a little chart that I think can help describe exactly what I mean. So this is the first thing I want to show. So basically, the way I view this is kind of how I view the typical football game, where if it's, even, each team has an equal chance to win. It's not really, there's a 50% chance Team Blue outplays Team Red, and there's a 50% chance Team Red outplays Team Blue. Really, there's about a 40% chance that Team Blue wins because they outplayed Team Red. There's a 40% chance Team Red wins because they outplayed Team Blue. And there's a 20% chance it just comes down to luck, where a team might actually outplay the other team and still lose. That happens. My guess would be about 20% of the time. That might be a bit high, but it's somewhere around there. I think the luck component of football is something people don't often pay enough attention to, but it is a very real component of football. However, in this chart, this is assuming every single team has basically an equal chance to win. Obviously, when it's Lions-Rams, that is not quite the case. So let's use this now. Let's just assume this is correct. We don't know. I mean, there's no real exact way to say. Again, this is all guessing. This is not to scale, so that's important to note. But basically, it would be, let's just assume it's something like this, where blue here is going to essentially be the Rams. They have a 66% chance to win. We'll say there's a 10% chance red wins outright, and a 24% chance it comes down to luck. Again, we're making up numbers, but just let's use this. What should the red team do? Going into this game, you only have a 22% chance to win, because we're assuming if it comes down to luck, it's 50-50, either way. Well, what you want to do is you want to extend that green area as much as possible, because you're not going to extend the red area, right? That's going to be very difficult. Maybe a little bit, but it's probably going to be about where it is. But the green area, you can make decisions to extend. Let's say they do this, where you basically, you look, the green has been extended in both directions, right? You now have a less high likelihood of just outplaying Team Blue if you're Team Red when you do this, which is, go for it on fourth downs, go for onside kicks, go for fake field goals, that kind of stuff. If you extend the more you extend that green area, the higher chance you have to win. There's a less chance blue wins outright, and a bigger chance it comes down to just luck. That this will give you a 35% chance of winning. Worth mentioning, again, these numbers are made up. It's not the actual numbers. It's just the logic behind. The more high chance of a game coming down to luck, the more it favors the worst team. So yeah, that's basically how I view football. That's how I view underdog status. Again, the chart is more of just a display thing. This is not that's not where I've gathered the data to come to this conclusion. That's just a way of displaying it. Hopefully that makes it more clear. Let's talk about now, I think what I'm going to kind of shift it onto now is less about the actual, logic behind going for it, but more just about the plays themselves and how they were able to work. Okay, so first we got to start off with the onside kick. This was the first real gutsy move by Dan Campbell. So couple of things to note here. So obviously, the yellow line, that's where the ball has to get to, the 45-yard line. So I've circled a Los Angeles player. It's Troy Reeder, who is on special teams. He's also, a guy who gets regular snaps at the linebacker position. So that's the guy who's going to try and be the one who fields this ball. He's going to be closest towards it. You kind of see the angle that the kicker is going to try and, kick it towards. And this is kind of the interesting thing, right? Is the way you do this is you're basically just hoping for the ball to take a weird hop, right? It's not a round ball, so that can happen. And look, he does, kick it. And at this point, so I've circled where the ball is because it's kind of hard to see because I made a line. The point of the line is kind of just to demonstrate where the ball should be from where it was kicked. So you see where Reeder is going to try and, field the ball, right? You're assuming it's going to continue to go straight. That's what the assumption is, which is a fair assumption to make, right? I mean, more often than not, that's what's going to happen. And so that's why you're going to see Reeder kind of react to this ball in a weird way. Look, it just kind of bounces straight up, which goes over Reeder, and then Detroit is able to convert. So a lot of people were kind of saying, okay, well, you got lucky with Troy Reeder misplaying it. No, it was actually perfectly executed. I mean, that's how you're supposed to, punt, or supposed to do the onside kick, is to hope that happens. Now, you could argue, well, they got lucky with the weird hop, and the answer to that is, of course, onside kicks are mostly luck. That's how that works. You put yourself in a position to get lucky. That's what the Lions did, and they were rewarded. Is it smart to onside kick or stupid to onside kick in this situation? We really don't know, because we don't know what the numbers are exactly. Since they've changed the rules, we know what the numbers are for onside kicks in general, but in terms of surprise onside kicks, there really haven't been many, so it's hard to really get it too accurate, and it's kind of really not really analytics there. You kind of just gotta take a guess, and Campbell's gamble paid off. Next, we have the fake punt, which would happen not too long after, and I think that they have a couple of these fake punts designed for certain different punt formations, because the way this works is, it's basically a great situation if you're throwing the ball. It's a one-on-one matchup with these gunners, and what really makes this work well, I think, is that, when you're defending a gunner, you're obviously not really thinking that he's going to run a route. So it just, you have that complete element of surprise. I mean, look, right when this play starts, you notice that this is completely wide open. So great job there. Now, obviously, even if the play works, it's not a guarantee that it works, if that makes sense, because even though you got a guy wide open through your good play design, you're still relying on a punter to make this throw. Obviously, anyone can throw a football, but still, I mean, there's a less percentage chance of him making this throw than of Jared Goff making this throw. However, good throw, really actually perfect throw, right on the money. So good stuff all the way around for the Detroit Lions, well schemed up and well executed by the Lions. And hey, that gunner who made the catch, that was Bobby Price, who is a cornerback. So who says cornerbacks can't catch? He certainly did a good job running that route and catching that. So there you go. And then finally, this one, to me, this one is the most inexcusable by the Los Angeles Rams. And part of me actually wonders if this wasn't designed for this game. And this is actually something they said, hey, if we see this formation, we're going to go for this play. Because, and again, I got to be very clear here, not a special teams expert by any means. I don't know a lot about special teams, so I'm basically just, going off of what I see on tape, what makes sense to me. And what I see is that only 8 Rams are, on this screen right here. You have 3 Rams who are further deep, which seems like a bold strategy when they've already ran an onside kick and a fake punt already. Maybe you should be aware of a potential fake punt, because all they have to do is, you see this blocking concept, all they have to do is block a couple guys on the edge. They're easily going to be able to get this, and, it's really not that difficult. I mean, look, you see them snap it, and they're going to pick up the first down right here. You do see 2 more LA players eventually get into this play. I'm not sure where the third guy is. Again, maybe someone who is more of a special teams expert can explain this to me. But either way, a baffling decision, right, by the Los Angeles Rams there. So part of me does wonder, was this designed to do in this game, on this game no matter what? Or was this sort of a, hey, if we see the Rams do this, well, then this is what we're going to do. And it happened to happen in the game where they already tried a surprise onside kick and they already tried a fake, punt pass earlier. So, fun stuff. So yeah, that's basically the logic behind it, I think, for the Lions. Is like, listen, we don't know if this is going to work. We're going up, a little bit over our heads right here. So what are we going to do? We're going to try to make this come down to as few plays as possible. Can we convert an onside kick and a couple of fake field goals, maybe a 4th down or 2? Sure, we can do that a lot easier than we can outplay a really good football team in, 70 snaps or whatever. So that's kind of the way I view it. Unfortunately didn't work out at the end, but it gave him a shot, and that's what I liked. So yeah, that's what I think. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.